Hi! Welcome back. This should be episode 4 and what feels like day 4,000 in our stay-at-home orders here in the Great Lakes region. I know that's multiple states, but we pretty much all went into lockdown at the same time, so. I mentioned last episode that I would be showing you guys the MAC palettes I got, and I think I accidentally said that I got them from Macy's, but reality is I got them from Nordstrom's. Nordstrom's was running a 25% off sale. In fact, it seems like Nordstrom's and Macy's and Neiman Marcus and Sephora and even Pat McGrath and Charlotte Tilbury all decided to run a sale right after everybody got stay-at-home orders, which honestly was really smart marketing, but that's neither here nor there. These are the 3 palettes I got. They're not very big. I wasn't aiming for big. I was not aiming for like 4,000 colors, because sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little overwhelmed by that many colors and that many options, and I get frustrated when something goes out of date or goes bad and I am nowhere near done using it. Like this year, one of my big plans was to hit pan on several of my palettes. The major one that I have that was my goal on, which was Bobbi Brown's The Matte Edition palette. Probably not going to happen. I'll explain that later. But I got MAC Dusky Rose times 9, MAC Semi Sweet times 9, and MAC Burgundy Times 9. I have not... I opened them when I got them to make sure they weren't broken, and that was it. This is Burgundy Times 9. And that is the palette. Kind of a brownish, purplish tones. Honestly, I'm really loving this. Like, before I started wearing certain Charlotte Tilbury palettes, I would never have gone for these colors. I always went for safe purples and like matte nudes, but since I wanted to crush Charlotte Tilbury, I have definitely been expanding into like pinks, roses, peaches, the warmer tones. I am not a warm tone person, but I am willing to give it a whirl these days. This is the second palette, Semi Sweet times 9. A little bit of a different one. This one I think is built for more neutral, a little bit to smoke things up. Like I said, they're not very big. See, it's just like the standard size of a regular one. Like when I ordered it, I think I thought it was going to be a little bit bigger, and when it arrived, it was not as big as I thought, but I was actually really glad for that. And then this one is Dusky Rose times 9. Let's see what this one, let's show you guys what this one looks like. Like I said, I looked at them to make sure they weren't broken, but that was as far as I got. And then that is our Dusky Rose. If you want, I can demo each one of the palettes, one a night or one an episode. In fact, I was thinking of doing that in the first place, but I just thought I would let you guys see what they look like upon opening. And the one I think I'm going to do tonight is probably going to be Burgundy Times 9. I have never used MAC before. This is a first, but I figured with 25% off, it was as good as time as any to try it. Now, I've already primed my eyes. Smashbox 24-hour photo finish primer. The other thing I got at Nordstrom's for 25% off, and I was super, super excited, and I will do an episode on that, would be the Tom Ford Sous la Sabot. I am butchering that. I do not speak French. I took like 2 years of it at one point, and obviously I did not do well. But I would love to show you guys that one. In fact, I would love to compare that one probably to the Burgundies for MAC and to Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk. But I want to do where I hauled from each store is one series set. So I'm going to finish Nordstrom's, then I'll go into Macy's. Then I will go on to the Sephora one, because I actually got a Fenty Beauty one too. Never tried Fenty, so this will be a first for me too. Okay, But I am super excited. I think I have enough to do like 15 or 20 episodes just because it was on sale, and with these on sale sets, it was worth it. It's only popped out to be like $20 a piece for these, which was actually a really good price. Like I said, I've never tried MAC before, but I am looking forward to this. Now, the way this palette is set up, I'm pretty sure you can basically go any direction and come out with a look. So let's start off with the most basic, I would say. And I'm going to go, let's go across and see how that looks. Okay. Do the middle tone. Is our transition shade. If you hear booming in the background, it's thunder. We're starting to rain. I guess all of the major weather outlets are saying this is going to be the year for flooding in our area, which I'm okay with. You know what? Forget transition. Let's just do the whole thing. See how it comes out. Actually, I'm kind of liking this. I mean, it's a burgundy, but it's like a brownish burgundy. It's not too intense. Let me grab the second mirror. Ooh, hold on. Let's take that off and see if that is definitely, like, it's not appearing on the camera the same way as it's looking in this mirror, but it's definitely a burgundy. Like, it is definitely in the reddish brown range. Like, I like that. That is nice. And then okay, it's an all over. And then this is a smoke it up with like a lilac-y color. Like these are really soft, but it seems to take a bit more work than I'm used to. Like, I'm used to Charlotte Tilbury and Tom Ford and stuff. Like, I'm one of those people that does not want to pay full price, ever. I like it, like I said, but it seems to take a little bit more work. Like, not a super large amount of work. Let's see if we can get it to show up. Okay, that did not darken it as much as I thought it would. Like, it's very subtle. I mean, it's there, but it's subtle. And then, while I'm at it, let's take a little bit of the sparkle, pat it on the center set. I think that's not working. It's not working. Let's try our finger. Okay, there we go. There we go. Like, if I was going for drama, this is not the look. Like, this is more of a soft look, which I'm not against. That'd be more like what I would wear at work, which is actually kind of what I was looking for when I started ordering some of these palettes. Like, the major palette I use for work is Bobbi Brown's The Mattes edition, and I started having so many problems with that, I started looking for something else. I tend to lean toward mattes, tend to lean softer. My age, kind of have to. Let's see if we can get a better look at that eye. Let's get up a little. See the sparkle in the center? That popped nicely. But the smoke was not super defined. All right. That just means I'm going to have to use that as a softer one. Just blend the edging out. It's not bad. Like I said, it's not as pigmented as I expected it to be. Okay. I did go with one of the lighter lines top. So let's try one of the darker lines and see how that goes. Like, let's vamp this up a little. If it does, I'm kind of curious. And if any of you are asking why I went with Smashbox tonight as opposed to my regular Too Faced 24 Hour, they're both good primers. I think I went with the Smashbox because I can feel the primer a little bit more strongly on the brush when I'm using it. And when that's the case, it's like I want to know that it's there, like I'm actually getting the product there. Okay, we're going with the bottom line. The deepest one we had. I may ask one of my friends who has her own YouTube channel. She goes by Skittles69, although she's thinking of starting a new one with her best friend. I may ask her to try this and tell me what she thinks of it compared to, say, Morphe. Because this kind of reminds me of the Morphes, just the way it moves. And X. See, that's the thing with the Smashbox. It definitely takes a lot more work to blend stuff out. Like, I mean, you put the color down, it stays. It's not a problem. Unfortunately, if you say you want to blend out a harsh edge, it's not as easy. Okay, so the dark line, or base line, this is the one I've just put on this eye. Because this row was this one, and as you can see, it's a lot more subtle. It has a definite burgundy coloring, like that darker burgundy color in it. It's just, it's very, very subtle. It's the only way I can describe it. I mean, it's not a super flashy, which is actually what I was looking for. Okay. Let's try smoking it up with the darkest shade. See what happens. And to be fair, I'm thinking of doing, I don't know if tomorrow night I'm going to do another MAC one, or if I'm going to do Charlotte Tilbury's big Pillow Talk palette. Like that one I did not get on sale. It's on sale right now. If you go to the website, charlottetilbury.com, it's part of a package. It's on sale. Or if you order it from Nordstrom, Macy's or Nordstrom's, one of them is running a sale right now. I think it's on sale there. But it's usually not. Like, I ordered it when it first came out because I love Charlotte Tilbury. Okay, now this is doing something. Like, this is definitely smoking it up. That is, ooh. I'm a little surprised by how intense that is, actually, especially after the way the first one came out. That I like. Now, while we're at it, and I have a switching pan, so, swatching pan. This thing is great. Got this at Ulta. Lets me switch between colors without really blending them. Let's try the sparkle color. It's like the other one. Definitely have to use your finger to apply the sparkles. Ooh. But that actually came out really really pretty. Like, it's not the greatest in this lighting, and I'm thinking of changing the light bulbs out in my bathroom. But that actually, let's throw on some mascara, because everything is better with mascara. Changing all the light bulbs to be more white, like an incandescent white. Like, it looks really white in here, but when it's on this camera, I don't know what it is about this camera. Maybe it's the way it sits in the rig. You see that, the way it glitter tones and smoked? Like, was not expecting that, not after the first one. Okay. The next time I would wear this, I would probably use my Too Faced. Too Faced lets you go for a little bit more blending, especially around the edges, because I feel like the darker shade, the darker eye would be. Okay. Now, the one thing I have noticed with this, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but you are getting a definite light dusting of fallout from the sparklier shades in this. So this one, and these ones were the two sparklier shades I used, kind of like in the center of the eyelid, definitely have fallout on the eye. Like, it's not a lot, because the eyeshadow did not want to pat on with the brush. I used my finger, but I think when I was trying to pat it on with the brush, that's when we got the fallout. Definitely sparkles. So if you were to apply this, you would probably want to do the eyes before you did the rest of the face. That way you could clean that up. I mean, the color is actually really nice. I like it. I like the way they comboed them into the rose so that it's a look no matter how you do it, and that they work together. But the fallout was a little annoying. Not too bad though. Like, I've definitely dealt with worse fallouts. I would say Charlotte Tilbury's One Color Chameleon is probably the worst fallout I've ever had, sadly. That, or the last time I used a ColourPop palette, but I think maybe I just didn't tap that off enough. Like, I'm not used to tapping things off as much as you would expect, because I am used to the brands that don't require it. But like Urban Decay is one of the ones you have to tap off. Like, they've got brilliant colors, amazing staying power, but you gotta tap off. You have to every time you apply. Which I think is why I don't own as many of them as one would expect. So that is our Burgundy Times 9. Let's stand up. Let's take a bit of a... I know, it's hard to buff out when you have no eyebrows. Like, I really do have eyebrows. It doesn't look like it here. I have very full eyebrows. I'm just a natural blonde. Natural blondes don't have dark eyebrows. I've contemplated getting microblading or tinting. And I'm actually thinking of doing the tinting after the stay-at-home order is lifted. There is a place the next town over that tints eyebrows. There's like eyebrow tinting that I'm thinking of trying. Ooh, I got cotton swab on my eyelid mascara. Okay, that is buffing out a little bit better after a while. See, now that, I think is really pretty. These came out really, really pretty. I think part of my problem is the camera itself, just the way it does the lighting. Like, I'm thinking of changing out the light bulbs. See, okay, that is their lightest one. And that was the darkest row. I did not put eyeliner on because I didn't want to detract from the makeup. But as you can see from the glitter set, it is really pretty. And honestly, it makes the green really stick out. I kind of like that. I'm gonna have to have my friend try it out and we can compare it to like the Morphes and see how the color payoff works compared. Like, I'm really excited to potentially do a video with her, but stay-at-home orders have to be done for a 1-month-old son. We don't want to risk getting, and her mother-in-law has an autoimmune disorder. We don't want to risk anybody getting sick. So there's that. Okay, so tomorrow or the next video is either going to be doing one of these or Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk, the large palette. Tell me what you guys think. If you guys have an opinion which one to do next, I am super open to either way. Or if you have a request, like I said, I do have a new Fenty palette. I've never tried Fenty before. I'm eager to try that one. And at some point I am going to talk about why I went on my buying spree, because I'll explain later. Just tell me which one you guys want to see next, or I will have to make a choice on my own, which is not nearly as much fun. Okay, guys, be safe. Wash your hands. Hope to see you guys, showing up again. Have a nice night.